Hey guys, I'm Coco. Welcome back to Indie Month. Let's continue onwards with showcasing awesome games. This is the second out of 31 games, and today I'm going to be playing Mind the Vikings. Unlike the game yesterday, which was more of a survival and shooter, today we have a more calm experience, so to say. So, Mind the Vikings, let's go through the basics first. It came out on Steam Early Access on the 5th of January of this year, 2018. Reviews currently are positive, and it's been developed and published by Ideal. I believe this is how it's pronounced. IDYL. Ideal. And it's a simulation game. I could say, hey, it's kind of like Banished, as in you build a village and you fill it in with people. But unlike Banished, people don't bang around here, and they don't have kids. They do spawn in. And they are Vikings, of course. So, some details. The Vikings come from two clans. They randomly are chosen which clan it is. I'm not sure exactly how it works, why they are chosen from which of the clans, and you know, that's all fine. But the fact is, when you build buildings, each house, when you build housing, there can be two people living in a house. But they can't be from the same clan, so sometimes the game is gonna tell, hey, you have like, I don't know, 16 beds, and you have 14 people, or you have like 15 people, and there's one person that's homeless. It's like, how does that work? It took me a while to actually figure it out. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to figure it out, but it took me a while. And after that, you know, they move in if you build some extra. So usually you need like extra, and the clans are like Child of Loki is one clan, I believe, and the other one is something like Frost something, I think. Frosthilt, maybe, something like that. One thing I need to mention is that this game, it's a very early alpha version. Like, I know it came out like more than half a year ago now on Steam, but it's still in very early alpha version. It also says that on the screen as you play, very early alpha version, so take that with a grain of salt if you look at it. I don't think I mentioned it's $10.99 on Steam currently, talking about euros. I don't know how much is it in other currencies, but this is how it is. So, because of the early version, there's a lot of things that has not been implemented yet, but they should be later on. And also a bunch of stuff that doesn't quite work as well. I'm gonna go through all of that, but let's continue talking about the game first. So it has like very beautiful low alpha poly stuff. No, not alpha poly. I'm stupid now. Low poly without alpha. Talking about too much RimWorld now. So low poly graphics, and I really like them. Lightning, again, if you watch me play other games, you know that I do really like good lightning in games, and this one has a very nice lightning when you light up the whole city. It's pretty nice. So the buildings are also like nicely modeled, low poly stuff, and you know, it's really nice. You can see what if it's a building that someone works in, you can see them working in like a wood cutter place and stuff like that. So it's really nice. Also the Vikings, you can zoom in, you can see their faces and such. They're all low poly guys. kind of silly looking. They're not running around with huge axes and shields as you would expect from Vikings. Go around like trying to pillage everything and raid everything. There's currently no enemies that I've seen. There are like planned attackers that you can defend against, but they're not in yet. So you know, that's not a thing quite yet, but there will be. There's currently not that many buildings that you can actually build. I mean, you can build, let's say, you can build housing for everyone. So basically houses. You can first you start with like your where your maybe lodgings or whatever it is, the place where people spawn in. I'm gonna talk about more of that later, but that's what you start with, and you plop it down, and that's where the game begins. But you have housing, you have woodcutter, you have a fisherman's dock. It's a fishery basically. You have a storage yard that you can build. Like miners and wood gatherers don't have their own buildings, they just go out there and gather resources. and gatherers as well. So yeah, miners, lumberjacks, gatherers, that's all the professions you have. So, and then woodcutters and fishermen and stuff like that, as you would expect from such games. You also have a witch house, which is basically your healer. You have a guard post, which is basically a guard that will go around and break up the fights between the Vikings, because that's gonna happen between the different clans. They're gonna just come around, and the fighting actually looks really silly. They're just waving their arms like tiny T-Rexes at each other, and it's funny. But they can get hurt. They have health bars and such, so you know you do want to break that up when it happens. So yeah, there's 2 seasons. You have summer and you have winter. Summer, as you would expect, is nice and everything grows and you can fish and stuff like that. And it lasts for like around 5 days, I think. And then the other 5 days are winter time. And winter time, the water is gonna freeze, so your fisherman is not gonna be able to catch any fish anymore. So you have to prepare for that. I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't even know, because you have some food that you have to gather constantly, or your people gonna starve. It tells you, hey, you're producing this much food, or you're losing this much food. So, you know, you also gather food, you gather stone, and you gather lumber, and then food. People just go and eat. I don't know where they go to eat. I think the food just disappears. Stone is used to build some structures. And also for tools, I believe you can make tools with stone. You also need wood for that. Also, then lumber is used for construction as well, and you use it in the woodcutters' lodges to actually go and get enough wood, enough firewood for everyone. Firewood is something that became quite a problem for me early on, because your Vikings level up slowly. As you put them to job, they will start and they will level up, and as they do their job, they level up, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty fun. They all start with level 1. You have like three rarities, I could say, because the first one, the ones that you have the most is like common ones, and they have 1 trait. And then you have the rare Vikings, they have 2 traits, and then you have epic Vikings, they have 3 traits. So you know, there's a lot of diversity. Trees are like fast. I think it's fast. I know there's fast. I know there's like something like sturdy, maybe. I didn't even know what exactly they are. But basically, on that, people will be liking to do some extra jobs. Like the fast guy would like to be running around and probably gathering stuff, not be stuck chopping wood up in you know, in one place. Oh, I remember now. The other clan is Frosthilt and Child of Loki. That's the 2 ones. Yeah, I knew there's something about Frost. I wasn't quite sure exactly what they are. They all come named in. They all have like their happiness level. Basically, they're gonna get happier if they have lodgings, and if their lodgings have wood. Now, I was talking about why I couldn't build the woodcutter early on. Basically, as you put people to work, they level up in that, and you unlock new buildings when people get to certain levels. So let's say for woodcutter, you're gonna need, like, I don't know, level 3 lumberjack, or maybe 2 level 2 lumberjacks, or something like that, right? So you're gonna have to level them up before you can actually build that. And if you don't level them up fast enough, the winter's gonna come and everyone's gonna be already using all the firewood, and people are gonna start freezing in their beds while they sleep. And as you can expect, that's not exactly good. That's not exactly good. Yeah. So basically, when you start, you can build a road that doesn't cost anything, but it looks pretty. You can build torches, you can build houses, and that's pretty much it. Then you can send people to gather stuff. There's not much else out there that you can actually build, besides what I already mentioned. Yeah, and also the farm, it tells you farm doesn't actually work very well. It's like unstable. Like when you build a farm, it gives you the option to build a fence, and as I've built the fence, then the farm itself spawned like, I don't know, weirdly, not exactly in the fence, a bit around the fence, a bit over the road. It was kind of weird. I never was sure if I'm actually getting any food out of the farm, but that's okay. No, it is a very early alpha version. Right now, I'd say, if you're looking to buy this game, I'd say wait for a sale. I know there's sales because as I was playing this, I saw that there was like a, I don't know how big the sale was, but it's like, I think it was like 3.99 euros instead of 10.99. So sales happen. So I think right now, wait for a sale if you want to try it out. Of course, if you want to support, the developer, then go ahead and buy it. I think that can only be good if you want to see this this thing actually evolve. Now, as I talked about seasons, I also wanted to talk about night and day cycle. So during the day, your people gonna work like normal tasks. They're gonna work, and then the night falls. And during the summer, night is surprisingly dark. Like if you don't have torches, you're not gonna see anything. So just plop down torches so you can see. People are actually asleep, so you don't have anything to do during the night. Almost nothing to do, actually. It looks beautiful, especially if you have torches down. It looks beautiful. People all go to sleep. But then there's like lightning strikes in the distance, and there's some kind of like artifacts popping up in and around your base. Like most of them are in the distance, some of them are close by, and you can click on them and send one of your Vikings on an adventure. He's gonna go there, he's gonna see what he can find. Like so far I've seen like herbs. I've got herbs out of that and some stone. So I think it's mostly just resources right now. But every of this artifact, it also tells you, hey, there's like a certain % chance that there's gonna be a trap. And if your Viking springs a trap, he's gonna take damage. And he might eventually even die. So you do have to have the witch to actually take care of them, or otherwise rather don't send them on like too difficult ones. Also, when I send people like that out there, like some of them, since I sent them to the artifact that was a bit farther away, like they didn't come that far. Artifact despawned when the morning started, and the people just walked back home. I've not seen that they were grumpy because of that, because they didn't have sleep. I've not seen that happen, but still, it was kind of a wasted night for that guy. I don't know. And as for the nights, during the winter, the nights are much less dark because it's all white, right? Everything on the floor is white, so it's much easier to see, and it's beautiful. I must admit that it is beautiful, even though there's not that much to do in the game, unfortunately. As to say, like I played this game for like 2 hours maybe. Yeah, I think I played it for 2 hours, and I've built everything there was to build, you know, in 2 hours. As for a city builder, simulation, colony management game, whatever you want to call it, that is not actually the variety you would want. Surely there's gonna be more. There is definitely more that is planned, but this game needs time. And this game needs a lot of work from the developer that it's actually gonna be worth playing for longer than just a couple of hours. Right now, there it is. It's a really promising and a beautiful game, but it's not there yet. I think the developer might have wanted to, I don't know, keep it off of Steam for a little bit longer, maybe. Although, sure, if the updates are frequent enough, Steam Early Access can be great. Hopefully there will be. But currently, I've just seen plans to get more stuff. And, you know, it's very early alpha version. The only thing, it's been out for more than half a year now. 2 hours of content is not that great. Don't get me wrong, I really like the game, and I do hope that developer is gonna keep on working on it. It's gonna make it much better, because I think it has great potential. But still, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some work. The Vikings are like very detailed. They have like their own health, they have their happiness, and they have the traits. So that is pretty good. That's not a bad thing. Also, the building happens extremely fast. Like you don't have to have like laborers to bring resources there. You just plop it down, and then a Viking is gonna walk next to it, and it's gonna just rise up from the ground, and it's just gonna happen there automatically. So the building is pretty fast. You don't need to have like supply routes, which some people that like to play city builders would probably want to see happen. You know. Also, there is the ability to flatten terrain, but I've not seemed to be able to make it work. It never worked for me, so I don't know exactly what you want to do or how to do it. But you know, I'm sure it's gonna get fixed along the way. I'm sure it's all gonna get better and fixed and stuff like that. But yeah, my final verdict right now: the game, it's very beautiful. It's a lot of fun. It has chill music, which I haven't mentioned yet, but it's extremely short. Like 2 hours, you're gonna get through all of it, and then you're gonna say, hey, what do I do now? Sure, you can keep on building your town and make it bigger and bigger, but you're not really gonna be doing it to get more or better resources, because there's currently no more or better resources or houses. So yes, if you want to support a developer, buy it, help him make this game better, and along the line I'm sure it's gonna get better. But if you'd rather play a complete product, then I'd say wait. I'd say don't go for it yet. It's as I said, it's like 2 hour experience that you can get out of it. And as for a city builder, colony simulator or something like that, it's not quite worth it. I enjoyed it though, and I'm not sad that I played it. I did get it for free from the developers, so I have to mention that. But yeah, that is Mind the Vikings. As always, at the end of the month, there's going to be a poll on which game to make a proper series out of it. If you want to vote for this one, there's going to be an option. For now, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please consider dropping a comment down below. Share, like, subscribe, and I see more Doom Magic. And I'll see you next time. Koko out.